in this business with the diner, what are some of the indicators you see for how the economy's doing?
Yeah, we have mostly regulars, and I like to say that when the economy's bad, we don't sell dessert, and that's pretty true.
What are people saying? What are you saying at the dinner table and at the counter at your diner? What do people think is wrong with the country, and what needs to change?
I find that they're very disturbed with the economy, of course, although it has not really affected us that much. And I'm not sure how much it's affected Fort Wayne. I hear a lot of talk about the morals, and I have 19 grandchildren, and they're all of that age now. The youngest one's 13, so I've got all kinds of things going on, just like everybody else, I guess.
Do you find that when your customers come in and talk to you about the issues, are you sharing the same views with them, or do you find yourself kind of, I guess, buying into what they're saying?
It's more like we share, individually, one-on-one type thing, share problems, or they unload. Most of my customers must be Republicans, because I don't get too much anymore talk about the Democratic Party or the current president, that type of thing, anything good at least.
Would you say maybe they're an independent voting bloc? I
find the younger generation is that completely. They aren't dead set on much of anything, really. They really aren't. I'm awful disappointed in some of the things that I hear, or that they do, or that their lack of knowledge, just common sense knowledge.
Why is that? Why do you think that the younger generation seems to have a disconnect?
Oh, I'm going to blame it all on family, or lack of family. I have, like I say, grandkids that are, female grandkids as a matter of fact, that are 13 through 24, and I hear stories from them at school of the number of pregnancies that it's just unheard of, and they don't really seem to care who the father is even.
What do you guys talk about at the dinner table that you think needs to change?
I'll go back to the family, a mother and a father, and sit down at the dinner table and talk their problems out, or just talk the day over, that type of thing.
Where does that problem become fixed? Is that something that has to start on each and every street corner?
Well, it almost has to, yes, and I don't know. I keep saying to myself, well, maybe that pendulum will swing, When I was growing up, it was pretty much all family, and everybody had a dad, and everybody had a mom, and all that type of thing. And it's moved way far away from that, and I'm hoping that the younger generation will grow up and change, and it'll all get fixed.
A lot of parents, a lot of home care providers aren't working. That money's tighter, so that causes a family to fragment and look for other resources to make a living and to survive in some cases. Do you think that's a root maybe for what's broken the American family?
No, I don't think so. I think it's more the me generation that's done that everybody's for themselves, and like I say, like my mom says, nobody's showing compassion, nobody's feeding the guy on the street that's starving to death and taking care of him, and nobody's doing that type of thing anymore. Everybody's looked out for themselves and on their own. I listen to these kids talk about school and the kids at school and how they treat each other, and I might be getting old, but I don't recall that going on when I was in high school or grade school, at least not as much as it is now.